Welcome to Cram Bamble, a podcast about nothing in particular, but has a slight leaning towards the... Wait. I'm sensing a spirit. Is there somebody in the room whose name starts with B? No, sorry, P. C. D. Anyone in the room who has a mother? A father? Oh, no, the connection's gone. I've lost the spirit. Hi, my name's Taz.
And I'm Kirsten.
And I feel like that intro dragged out way too long. What do you got for me, Kirsten?
Look, they're not all going to be winners, baby.
Just bring the microphone to your mouth and ask me a question so I can answer it.
Yeah. They're not all going to be winners. Okay.
Hector, is that you?
Oh, shush now. So this is the question. Oh, hang on. We haven't answered last week's.
You will die if somebody cuts off your penis.
Yes, this is true. We looked it up.
Especially if you're erect. If you're not erect but you don't receive medical treatment, immediately you will bleed out. It is a major bloodline.
So there you go. Can definitely die from a choppy chop. All right. This one I was thinking about myself.
Or a NutriBullet.
And I think a few people have come up with it previously before, but I've started thinking about it, so it's important now.
You are the only person in the history of the world that came up with this.
No, I'm sure loads of people have.
Nope,
but
definitely the only one.
Okay.
Lay it on me.
All right. So you know how most religions have a creation of the universe story?
Heck yeah.
And I'm talking the entire universe, not just Earth.
Yes.
All right.
The creation of time and space, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would mean aliens are also created by God, and if so, do these religions recognize the aliens as potential converts?
Yes. I've read something similar about this, and I love it, where Mars has their own hell, but if they die on Earth, they can't go to Mars heaven.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it was cool. I was like, this is sweet.
Where did you read this? First of all, garbage, there's no life on Mars, but go on.
It'd be online. It wouldn't be in a book because you don't read interesting stuff like this in books anymore because it's all online.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was, you know, I'm religious, but I believe in aliens. Would someone from another planet go to my heaven, or do they have their own heaven? And there's naturally someone who jumped in and answered the question like, oh no, totally. Martians go to Marsh hell or Marsh heaven. If they want to go to Earth heaven, they need to convert.
Oh,
you have to go through a conversion
Earth gods.
Yes, you need to go through a conversion process, otherwise you'll be burned in the unholy fires of Mars hell.
But that would presuppose that you believe in their Martian god.
Yes.
And there can be no other god except your god.
Yes.
In most religions.
Yes.
So, you see what I'm saying here?
What are you saying?
All right, so let's say I'm Mr. Martian.
You're Mr. Martian.
Right, I have my god. There is no other god but
What is the
mine.
name of your god, Mr. Martian?
And Philip.
Okay, and so Mars is a single god system?
Monotheistic?
Monotheistic?
No, it could be polytheistic.
Okay,
I don't even know if that's a word.
So in this particular conversation, Mr. Martian, who is your particular god that you worship?
Philip.
And what are Philip's tenets? What do you need to do? What do you need to abide by to go to Philip's? It is important because what if you don't stand by one of these commandments?
He does. He's ultra religious. He stands by it. He eats biscuits on a Wednesday and, splashes water on himself. Yeah. That's
water on himself, but Mars is a dry planet.
Yeah, well, that's why it's important to be watered. All right.
Like a flower. Okay,
you don't know. He's sort of moss-based.
So anyway. Mr. Martian has abided by the tenets set down by Philip and Philip's disciples.
Yep.
And is now dying.
Well, he's gone to Earth on a holiday. It was just meant to be, just a quick weekend break.
Oh, whereabouts did he go?
Florida.
Florida?
Yeah.
Because it's warm, but compared to Mars, cool.
Yeah, exactly. So
okay. You go
down there.
Does Florida have a Disneyland? I feel like if Mr. Martian was going to visit Earth, Disneyland?
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Orlando.
Stop it.
Yes, there's Disneyland in Orlando.
Yes, there is.
Okay, so Philip has come to Earth. Not specific. Oh, no, it's not Philip, sorry. Mr. Martian has come to Earth, not specifically for Disneyland in Orlando.
He's come in, he's grabbed a gun, he's aimed it at my head, pulled me out of the driver's seat.
Mr. Martian?
You! In this story.
I was about to say, is Mr. Martian from a religion that's super violent and he has to kill humans to get into the I was going to
No,
say
he's
the pearly
very
gates, but are they like
peaceful.
red?
I know
Crimson
everything
gates
is red. It's such a common misconception. It's really racist.
Into the verdant gates of Philip's hallowed halls,
I
but
still
has
feel like
died
I'm
on
sitting in the
Earth.
passenger seat.
I feel like these things are important because sometimes with religion, it's very in the details. So,
Okay.
Mr. Martian, unfortunately, has died on Earth.
Yeah.
In Florida,
Yes.
a predominantly Christian state.
I wouldn't go that far.
I feel like once you're in the domains of other gods and goddesses, that's when it starts getting tricky.
But okay, you're thinking of it as you, right? This is the point
Yes.
I'm trying to make, and I'm so glad I can get back into the car now.
Meep, meep.
Yes. That was definitely taken on a joyride, and look, now it's all dusty. Huh. All right.
It is Martian, that makes sense. Dusty Joyride.
That
That'd
is
be
such a great porn name.
I was just going to say the same thing. Dusty Joyride. Trademarked it. Heck yeah. Welcome to Cram Bamble, a podcast about porn names. My name's Dusty Joyride.
I love it. Anyway, so he's come here. He's been very devout. His God is his God, and there is no other God according to the canons and tenets of this religion.
Philip.
Yes.
Philip.
Stop.
Philippanity?
Stop.
Philipism. Continue.
Okay, so he's in Florida. He has died. He's expecting to see Philip come down with a tray of, one of those assorted boxes of biscuits in left hand, which is, his usual thing.
Monte Carlos.
No, it's an assorted tray, so everybody, because it's a very inclusive religion.
Okay.
Yep.
Bring me Monte Carlos if I die.
No, you get the assorted trays. There will be Monte Carlos in there, and you can help yourself.
Assorted tray just means less of the
No,
Monte
it's
Carlos.
ever filling. That's the great thing.
Oh, I'm going to convert.
Yeah.
Ever filling tray of Monte Carlos.
Yeah. So there you go. All right. So he does expect to see Philip come down in his blue robes with his Monte Carlo. Well,
Hello, Mr. Martian. You have lived by the tenets of my religion for the past 400 years, which is quite a short lifespan for a Martian.
Oh, I think you're being a little Christocentric here. Philip is quite gay.
I don't want to do a voice in case I'm too offensive.
I thought I'd set you up.
Actually,
there. Anyway, you
no.
can still have
See,
that same
you,
voice.
You stereotyped that.
Yep. No, that was on purpose.
Well done, Mr. Martian.
Yeah.
You have lived by the tenets of my faith, and it has been fabulous. Here, eateth from my ever-flowing tray of Monte Carlos and other assorted boring biscuits. However, I'm guessing from your story, there's a hitch in the story. Dun dun dun.
No, that's what he expects.
Yes. Oh, but
you're saying that because he's on Earth God.
yes.
Like, does he not go to Philip in the great roller disco in the sky?
Oh.
Because he died on Earth.
He
So you're
did.
saying that he died on Earth, so he doesn't get to go to Philip.
So, I guess this also depends on the belief system of Mars and Philip, because in a smaller cosmos, the Nords, so Scandinavians, even if they were on foreign soil, Odin could still claim the souls of warriors and he would send his Valkyries. So perhaps Philip has space Valkyries.
Oh, no, I love that. Look, this is not the point I'm trying to make. I think that's amazing.
I was getting really into this religion.
No, I love
about
this
to
religion.
convert.
I'm like, God, because I made it. So I made it all the
Hey,
things I love.
Look.
I would love a big flamboyant gay God who gives me biscuits all the time. And there's a roller disco is heaven. Like, yeah, okay, I made this religion purely for me.
Philip sends Martian flamingos to collect the souls of their devout followers.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of flamingos. I like
Peacocks.
them as a law ornament. Peacocks.
No, cockatoos.
Oh, they're very noisy.
No, but it's a play on.
Oh, behave.
That's not even a cockatoo. I don't know what a cockatoo sound is. And we have them outside often.
I know. They're awful. They sound like someone's jabbed a pin in them. All right.
They are quite funny though.
Oh, and they're so cute.
They are.
Thank you.
They're so smart.
Oh man, I'd love to be ascended to heaven with like a flock of cockatoos. That'd be
Yeah.
amazing. Sulfur crested, of course.
The beautiful sunset as a flock of sulfur crested cockatoos take your soul back to Mars.
Oh, Even I'm thinking about converting. But the point of this is,
Yes.
right, because we have devolved massively from where we were.
You know Isaac Hayes was murdered by the Scientologists?
That's sad, I guess. So,
Yeah.
so the Martian has come
Yes.
down here. He's died.
Mr. Martian.
Now,
Yes.
this is actually not the story about him.
Oh.
The story is about Brian, who's a devout Christian,
Yes.
who's, has made good friends with Martian.
Yes.
And he said, "Oh, no, you're dying.
Yes.
You're on Earth now. You can't go to Philip
Ooh.
because, you're on Earth, but you need to abide by Earth God." So, but that has undermined his entire religion. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Well,
If you have a monotheistic God, there is no other God and you don't believe in them. But he has, by default of acknowledging he won't go to Martian heaven, said that there is more than one of his Christian-y gods.
Probably best not to tap the table because I think it goes up through the very cheap microphone stands I purchased. I don't think they're as good as Joe Rogan's because I have a feeling the springs may echo just in case. B, very important question. Earth God, is his biscuit tray only Monte Carlos?
There are no biscuits. Show me a religion with any biscuits in it.
You just said Philip!
No. That's my religion I've made for Mars.
Yeah.
Show me any Earth religion that is that cool.
I mean, I know Valhalla you get like meat and mead. That's okay, I guess. I mean, it's not Monte Carlo great, but Christians have got crackers and wine, so that doesn't seem nearly as good as Monte Carlo's. I mean, I'm hard pressed. Philip's looking real good right now.
I know, right?
So I don't think that Mr. Martian could be swayed away from Philip.
Oh God, no.
Not with an ever-flowing tray of biscuits, even if some of them are boring Kingstons. I mean, come on.
Kingstons!
Come on. Don't give me a tiny biscuit with essentially chocolate paste in the middle. Get that out of my face.
I love Kingstons.
I want that nice cream filling wrapped around that weird kind of strawberry coating that's hard but still so...
And it's orange.
What magic? That's not orange.
It is orange.
It's pink.
It's not pink.
It's pinky red.
All right. I think it's because it's usually in those selection packs. It's next to the orange flavored biscuit, so it gets an orange flavor to it.
Oh, no, the orange flavored biscuits are a different biscuit to the Monte Carlos.
And I do
love
love
them. And I know
them
that you
too.
love them.
I do.
I bought you a whole packet and then your son ate them because you let him. He took them into his room and ate them.
I can't believe he ate all
Like a
my
gremlin.
biscuits.
He's like a rat. He grabs things and takes it back to his little nest and eats them.
It's very true.
Yeah.
I do have a rat-like son.
I'm going to start calling your son a rat. However, back to the topic at hand. Let's just assume that whatever... Did you say Dave? His human friend?
Yes.
Dave is an amazing salesperson.
Mm-hmm.
Has sold and expounded the virtues and benefits of Christianity. We're going with Christianity or Catholicism?
Yeah, I mean, it could be Muslim. I don't know.
Okay.
Islam.
Okay, so he's sold the virtues of Islam, and interesting name, Dave, for an Islamic person. But
He converted himself. That's why they
okay.
converts are usually very
fair call.
Yep.
Okay, so Mr. Martian has listened to the 45-minute sales pitch from Dave, and is like, in English, obviously, this is quite amazing, or maybe not English specifically, in an Earth language. He's gone, you know what? I'm down. Wicked cool.
He's insane. We're lucky to have lost him from the religion of Philip.
So, he dies here.
Mm-hmm. He's converted. He's fine.
His soul goes to the afterlife.
But like you say, it depends on the canon. Maybe Philip's pretty open and he's like, look, don't like what I'm spouting? That's cool. But if at your final deathbed, you didn't practice what I preached.
Yeah.
But you said, hey, I was wrong, Philip. Can I still come to your roller disco? He'll be like, yeah, come on in. It's fine. No.
Gods are vengeful beings. Now,
he's only vengeful when people aren't nice.
Let's flip that. Mr. Martian has arrived on Earth, met Dave. They've had a wonderful chat. Dave has tried to sell Mr. Martian on the virtues and benefits of Islam.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Martian has said, I'll see your Islam and I'll raise you glorious religion of Philip, and has explained about the ever-flowing tray of Monte Carlo biscuits. Dave has gone, shit, I'm in. Does Dave have to go back to a temple on Mars, the face on Mars, to convert in the holy land of Martian face temple to be a proper convert to Philip? And thus, if does not achieve such a thing, but essentially gives up the way of Islam and dies, is Dave stuck in purgatory for all time?
Like you say, it really depends on the religious canon.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, some religions don't have a purgatory.
That's true also.
Buddhism's not got a purgatory.
Okay, so
I don't
if
think.
all
Correct
religions,
me if I'm wrong.
if
Please
all
write in.
religions do indeed exist, and the gods are all essentially sales managers of their branch trying to snap up our souls as
I
currency.
always feel like those are the prophets. Like Jesus was definitely like the number one rep for
For real.
Christianity.
They're like, they pray home to head office. They're like, I need some miracles to convert these guys.
Maybe Jesus was, like, instead of ascending, he was just sent on to his next location, you know, like a traveling salesman. So maybe he's going throughout the universe and being like,
He's like, I got to book a flight out to Mars. They're like, okay, we're going to crucify
why
you.
Mars? The planet with literally nothing on it.
What if everything's on the inside?
I think they know.
Who would know?
NASA.
NASA,
Yeah.
that sent a robot that probably can't go downstairs or open doors
Of course it can. Have you seen that thing move? I don't know.
very slowly. And it's huge.
It is. Most people think it's the size of like Wall-E.
Yeah, it's massive. It's the size of this room.
Yeah, that's so
It's
cool.
bonkers. This room is about, 5 meters by 5 meters and 3 meters tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About that.
Yeah, the rover is massive because it needs huge batteries.
Anyway.
There's no way that thing's going to make it down alien stairs or even open a door.
Okay, we've gone off on a tangent. I'm going to give
Have
you the
we?
fact that for some reason Mars is inhabited with Martian.
They could be internal. What happens in 500 years when we finally burn the sky Matrix style because we keep burning coal, which is dumb?
Oh my god.
And
He's
then we
going
all
to
have
go
to
on a
go
rant about climate
underground.
change, guys. Buckle in.
No, I'm just saying Mars might be us plus 1,000 years.
Yeah, no, I think scientists have said that they were. It was quite good, but I think it got too close to the sun or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're in the Goldilocks zone, which I've always enjoyed.
Yes.
She got eaten by bears.
What if one of the major benefits
Are we gonna
of
get eaten by a
Philip
bear? Is
was
that what Ursa Major
I give you
is?
guys plus 50 points heat resistance? That's why you guys can live. Just don't go on the surface because that's where the What if it's like the village for M. Night Shyamalan and they're like, don't go on the surface because that's where the monsters are. But really, it's the adults killing the children. Go up there with the suits and kill.
That was a surprisingly good M. Night Shyamalan. He, hit and miss that, man. Hit and miss.
I think when M. Night Shyamalan doesn't stray too far into the supernatural, he doesn't go off on a crazy tangent, and the story he tells is actually quite cool.
Yeah, I really enjoyed
I
that
liked
one.
The Village, The Happening. I get the premise, but he
I
got.
actually enjoyed that.
I liked the premise. I'm like, totally, that makes sense. But he got to Kojima. He was like, oh, and this, and this, and this, and then went crazy pants. I cannot relate.
Yep, that doesn't sound like you at all, going off on a tangent for 10 minutes and
Nope.
hijacking people's stories. All right. So, I guess the
I
whole
want
point...
Monte Carlos now. I'm hungry.
I know, right? The more I talked about biscuits, the more I'm like, God damn it. I'm doing keto
They're
at
sitting
the
in the
moment,
church.
and I can't
Oh.
eat any biscuits.
I won't go buy Monte Carlos and eat them in front of you there because that'd be cruel. You're sitting in the church. Oh, Monte Carlos, the bounty overfloweth. I cannot sing.
Don't worry, I don't think
But
anyone
Philip
noticed.
appreciates the hymn regardless.
Oh my God, instead of the body and Christ, body and blood of Christ being
Bicky and milk.
wine and... Yes, you get milk. Oh, but not like gross squeezed
No.
out of the tit of a cow.
Bicky and milk of Philip, come to our house.
Yeah,
Convert
like almond milk or
from
something.
Islam, we'll give you Monte Carlos. Dave's like, I'm fucking in.
Heck yeah. Yeah, if anyone
yeah.
was going to convert to... We need a name for this religion.
But yeah, they killed Isaac Hayes.
Not the Philippines. No, that's a terrible name.
Philippines. The fillers.
Sue goes to the Philippines.
They could convert first. They do like karaoke. I think Philip would be the kind of god that's like karaoke. Yes. This is my chapel.
Eat, and I like adobo. Would
I
that
do
be
like to eat.
adobo in heaven?
Heck yeah. Next to the Monte Carlos. I've actually had food at a Filipino house where there was a tray of biscuits next to like hot foods. They go all out. It's
All
insane.
right. Okay. Well, this religion's now called what? Philippines?
We just now have to slowly guide and force your son to date a Filipino girl. And then we get the bonus of family food.
You can go over there all the time.
Yep. We cook some pork chops, take it over, have some delicious rice, spring rolls, adobo. Absolutely.
And a tray of Monte Carlos. And then I get big on fat.
Then we can sing karaoke.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. This took a weird turn.
You can be that forceful parent who's like, no, you need to date this girl. But why, Mum? Just do it.
She has good Christian values.
Catholic.
You've been
Catholic.
an atheist since I was born. I have changed my mind.
It's Catholic Filipinos.
Oh, okay.
Unless they convert to Philip.
I'm pretty sure Catholics are Christians. Yeah, they are. I was raised Catholic. I'm sorry, have you had your first Holy Communion? Because I have. You haven't. I know you haven't.
Don't tell me about your inferior religion. I've got Philip ever-flowing bounty of... That's going to be the first shirt.
I think being Catholic's a lot like being Jewish. Where it's like, you don't actually have to practice
Centuries
it,
of persecution.
I think, yeah. No, they did a lot of the persecuting. No, the Catholics.
Oh, no, I got that.
Okay, cool. No.
Same. But we were the aggressors.
No. As in, no, not historically. Jesus.
We were involved in the same ball game, but we were the winners.
Actually, it's totally different. Anyway, I was like, oh, I could go down this. No, it's going to be offensive. No, I think you'll just accidentally step on toes and it's not a good idea. No, what I was just saying is you will always be Catholic or Jewish, whether you practice the religion or not. It's more like a culture than a religion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a big chunk
I think
of
they're
religions
so similar in so many ways. Like all my Jewish friends, they were like, oh, my mom and her Jewish guilt. I was like, no, my mom's just as bad. The Catholic guilt is just as bad as Jewish guilt. Like, yeah, there's just so many cultural similarities. It's very funny.
There you go.
Yeah. So for our cryptid / supernatural / folklore podcast, we've done a lot of religious talk.
Well, I think a lot of it ties in because
It
a lot of
really
the folklore
does.
will depend on the religion of the area. Those kinds of things will change and shift. So I think that's reasonable. I really do want to get some Church of Philip shirts made up, though. It'll be the face on Mars, and there'll be a tray of Monte Carlo biscuits.
Oh, God, I can actually see it in my mind's eye now. And I just like floating Monte Carlos just all the way around.
Oh, and it's the face.
Church of Philip.
Church of Philip.
Oh, I love it.
But it's spelt with an F.
Oh, right. Of course.
Yeah.
Filipino.
No, just Philip.
Filipino.
No.
I get it. Philip with an F.
Do you get it, though? It's a tray of Monte Carlo biscuits. And the church is the Church of Phillup.
Yes,
Philip.
fill up.
Okay.
Yes, I got it. Oh my God.
Excellent.
It does sound like a bad truck stop, but okay.
That's how we market it. You know, like those really cheesy churches in like backwater towns in America where they've got a neon light. They're like, this will bring people in. You're like, this looks like a nightclub gone to hell. That's what our church is going to be. The Church of Philip. Not our church, Philip's church.
Oh no, Church of
We're
Philip
definitely
is
not the
really
religious
classy.
leaders of a fake church. Monte Carlos, come on in.
Not just Monte Carlos. We've got Kingstons. We've got the little orange ones that got the orange deliciousness inside. We've got those Scotch fingers that are so dry and tasteless.
Oh my God.
They used to be good. Do you remember when Scotch fingers were nice? Oh God, do they still make the Scotch fingers with the chocolate base? They were good.
Probably. I think they're a separate packet though, and they've got a ready brown packaging.
Yeah.
Like dark chocolate. Because they're a dark chocolate.
Because and the chocolate was really melty, so I don't remember. Because you'd use them to dunk, but you'd end up with like real chocolate fingers.
You split the...
Well, this podcast could definitely be, like, we could talk 20 minutes about biscuits. I love biscuits so much.
Just imagining the Church of Philip, the like body of Philip, and you just shove a whole Monte Carlo in someone's mouth. They're like,
It's so dry.
It's so dry. I love you, Philip.
No, you got to dunk it. You take the biscuit, dunk it.
In what?
Pum.
In what?
In a scientifically approved dunking liquid. So that it would be
smooth, because there's no cows on Mars.
I know. I was the one who said definitely not milk.
What are the weird bugs that they milk on Mars in Futurama? Amy's parents have a ranch on Mars.
I know exactly what you're talking
and
about.
The flying beetles, and they milk them.
Yeah.
Like giant ladybugs.
I can't remember what they were called.
And Kif goes there because he's engaged to Amy.
How weird is it that I'd be more comfortable drinking bug milk than cow milk?
Bug milk probably has more protein.
They have found that, actually.
Bugs are crazy protein filled.
That's true.
Yeah.
What are they called? I hope they weren't given... I have a sneaking suspicion they were given, like, an almost offensive name.
It's Futurama. I think it's almost certain. It's almost certain. I'm definitely going to get that bookcase and cover it with, like, cryptozoological books. And it's going to get to the point where I'm going to run out of the books that kind of look serious.
Bugalows.
And it's going to descend into me buying just some of the trashiest books ever because I can't find anything else without having to spend $200 per book. So it's going to have the really nice
just
stuff.
for the listeners, because obviously Taz is just talking to me like we're just sitting here having a...
I'm telling the listeners. I'm going to get a bookshelf to put all my crypto books on. Yeah.
He's going to start a library, and we've decided we're going to have we're going to turn into Giles from Buffy.
Yes, but less of a dick.
Oh, yeah. No glasses or British accent.
Apparently, the actor is a bit of a wanker.
Is he?
A friend of mine met him at San Diego Comic-Con many years ago. And he was quite up himself. But I mean, that was many years ago. He's quite older now, so maybe he's mellowed down. Maybe he's found the way of Philip and he's eating Monte Carlos and he's chilled out.
Just Monte Carlos.
It's only Monte Carlos.
No, you start your own religion. You need to hijack mine.
It's the first split in the Church of Philip. Different chapters. It has begun. Why does this happen with every religion regardless?
And this is more about biscuits. Look, I'll concede. I want peace in the... But, I mean, yes, Monte Carlos can be the predominant biscuit, but there are other offerings. Yes?
The Church of Monte Carlo of the one God Philip says that you may...
We've just lost all marketing now.
You may worship your own biscuits, but you must pay fealty to the Monte Carlo.
Okay, no, in my Philip religion, no one worships
while in these particular
a biscuit. That's stupid.
That was one of my favorite things about the Roman theology, where they said you're allowed to worship whatever god you want so long as you pay homage to ours.
Oh, that's quite
cool. Or is it homage? Homage. I pronounce the H.
Yeah.
Homage?
Yeah.
And that's why they had so many issues with Christians, because you shall put no idol besides God.
Yeah, and that's why they tallowed them up and burnt them like candles.
And I mean, the Romans had so many different cultures in the empire that said, Irish and English people, you may worship your other gods.
Celtic gods, yeah.
But you have to worship the Roman pantheon. And to survive, they'd put their little offerings to the Roman gods. Yeah, cool. They'd go home and worship their gods. But the Christians, because of their monotheistic system, were obligated to say, "Fuck you, Romans!" And thus they were fed to lions.
Yeah, by God, but man.
And crucified, etc., etc., etc.
Wasn't a very open religion, was it? Let's all get along and be friends.
Yeah, monotheistic systems always end badly.
Well, that's why I said that Philipism wasn't monotheistic. He's just the main dude. But that's really because he took leadership. The rest of them are pretty chill.
Oh, look, we from the Monte Carlo Church of Philip accept that you also worship the one God Philip. However, it is the manner in which you worship the one God Philip and the tenets that you follow that you believe that you should not only have Monte Carlos that result in the religious warfare between our two houses.
This is true because I believe all biscuits for all people.
What if that's what happened to Mars?
Oh, there's
they
a religious war over biscuits.
They nuked the shit out of the surface of the planet. And so now everyone beneath the surface of Mars has given up their religious ways and they live only through science.
And that might be why you and I are so addicted to biscuits, is because they're in a long, long, long time ago, we may have had some Martian DNA. Maybe some came to Earth and were like, oh, well, we're going to have our own religion here. Start anew.
That's brilliant.
Yep, that might be it. We've solved the universe. Nope.
We've solved
our solar system.
We've solved our solar system. Don't even get me started on Mercury.
Oh man, maybe we can save that for another time.
Definitely. This has been Cram Bamble. My name's Taz.
My name's Kirsten.
Monte Carlos for life. One God, Philip.
All the biscuits. Everyone can have their own biscuits.
Monte Carlos.
And if you've got some favorites, send them in. Send them to our website. Not our website, our email address, which is
crambamblepodcast@gmail.com. You can't actually send biscuits through email.
No, but your favorites. Tell me what your favorite biscuits are. And a picture.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
pretty sure you can send me a picture.
Do not send pictures to our email. That always ends badly.
Oh, well, you can send pictures of biscuits.
You really want big pics?
Oh! Send me your big pics.
Bye.